Mic check, 1, 2. What's going on, fam? All right, this is yours truly coming live and direct with you with another conversation. I'm going to show you in real time some things that I think are very valid. I'm going to be talking specifically about me, but about millions of people in America, particularly millions of people I love in America. Probably about 50, as I found on blackdemographics.com, there's roughly a population of 51 million out of 500 million, or I'm kind of being facetious, 400 million if you do this census. We got 5 years from now or 2030 when we have the next census, but we gotta probably be by that time at 400 million plus. And so we'll ask the computer chat GPT the question, which I promise you is going to give you the answer in real time. I'm doing this right now. We have artificial intelligence chat GPT, and this is called the series I have called Ask Chat GPT. We're in the fifth iteration of the software computer design lifecycle program called Chat GPT AI, something created in 1955 at Dartmouth University has now blown up to be almost, I call it Google cubed. So for those that know about Google.com, years ago we had my Internet Explorer, Netscape. If you're in the world of computer science, and of course not necessarily getting all the way to the ones and the zeros, the bits and the bytes, but the application layer using different programs on the OSI application layer, the seven layer or the top layer of OSI, Open Series Interconnection. For those of you who are studying computer science, I'm in a course right now at WGU where I am studying that world in order for me to get my Master's of Cybersecurity and Information Assurance, taking my very first courses, and in that comes with ChatGPT, and using it not as a tool to cheat, but as a tool to grow. This is Encyclopedia Britannica in 2030. So anyone that grew up like I'm 50, born in 1974, we had what we call encyclopedias, and the families that were white that had them, they're the ones that went to Dartmouth, Yale, Princeton, and every year. For that time, it was of course a different cost price, but every year between the air averages of $1,500 per 27 volume set to up to $5,000, and that was in yesterday's money. So it's even worse today. People get the latest edition of the encyclopedia because we had no internet. So the encyclopedia was the internet of today. And it will cover everything that happened in the world from that they wanted you to know, and you had to only have that encyclopedia. Well, today with ChatGPT, anything you ask, any prompt you ask, or AIPRM, the company that makes ChatGPT, there will be an answer. Not everything, but it will be a very good answer. And what ChatGPT also does, it also caters to your personality. So how you type what you type, meaning the text, the grammar, the usage, will be the response that you get back. So PhDs and they write PhD level questions will, boom, they will quote unquote get PhD level answers. As you look at my page, this is the main ChatGPT page for those that don't know. And it's 100% unique, as it says, human written language. It's showing out of 1 through 12 out of 5,410 questions or prompts. That's pretty much what the word prompt means. It means a question. And if you want to go down and look at them, you can actually, this always pops up. You can pay for the more advanced premium version. They call this the verified prompts list, the public prompts list, your own favorite hidden in an ad list. So under my favorites, these are the ones that I've saved. And then on the side, you can actually see this. This topic I'm going to copy because it's a very important topic, but I wanted to kind of open up and just tell you about some of the prompts. So we got prompts in various things: copywriting, development operations, which I'm involved in. That's software development operations, generative AI, marketing, operating systems, productivity, software as a service. That's called SaaS. SEO. That's basically that stands for Search engine optimization. Thank you, Holy Brain. Search engine optimization, software application. So those that are in software, we use this all the time. Engineering, we use this. But the regular person that wants to learn can use it too. So my hope is that as a minister, I can take Bible questions, any question on any subject. And of course, mine is going to be youth ministry, adult ministry, marriage, marriage across the board, children, African American female male issues. I mean, these are my areas. And if you go to my channel, which obviously you are because you're watching the video here, you'll be able to see other videos that I've done. So the question for today is I wanted a graph of the African American men and women between ages of 12 and 55 and their obesity rates. Now, it's a very complex, very vague human question, but ChatGPT will answer it and transform that question into future questions based upon what I wrote. So everyone's responses will be somewhat different and somewhat the same. All right. So let's in real time, let's hear it. We're going to get the answers in written form. We're also going to play the answers, and then we're going to keep going. And it's going to even give us more questions. It's going to say, would you like to know this? Would you like to know that? Would you like to know? And these would be things that I even thought about. But the fact of the matter is, AI has. And that's the great part of the tool. It's going to give you ability to go deeper level. For those that play chess, you understand the process of chess is thinking moves ahead, thinking one move, two moves, 10 moves, 20 moves, 100 moves. But each move is countered by the opposite opponent in their move. So you have to quickly be able to assess their move, and that's why we play lots of games to learn patterns and strategies, and that applies to life. Playing the game of life and learning the patterns and strategies of Satan, and of course him operating through people's lives, and you operating in the world, you operating from through with Satan or against them, depending on your decisions. All these things are what we call moves on the life chessboard, or I call the chessboard of life. So let's get on. The reason why I'm bringing this up for those that want to understand is that I am going to give you some anecdotal stories in real time about my personal life. You're going to get my personal story, but also you're going to get my personal opinions. And that really is, everyone has a right and should state their opinion. My personal heart, my personal opinion is from the context of obesity. That's the biggest part of this. Things that I wish that my parents had talked to me and told me when I was young. Because obesity is a big problem, my friend, a tremendous problem. I went to the hospital for about 7 months. Didn't think I would ever come out the hospital because of obesity. I pretty much died because complications of obesity. I shouldn't even be here right now making this video because of the complications of obesity. And I'll tell you my story, and I've told it on different blogs, but the better and better I make these videos, the better I'm able to even discuss my story. And then also the impacts of how it's going to affect my family, my friends that are dealing with obesity. And we have a huge epidemic. I mean, when I say an epidemic, we have an epidemic of obesity in America. And it's affecting not just you, it's affecting not just me, it's the potential girlfriends we men want to date. It's impacting potential guy friends, loved ones, and if you are going to grow up in this world and want to grow up, you're going to see people die. And the tragic thing with the African American community, the death rate for us by chronic disease is much higher than cancers or things like that. Strokes, which is high blood pressure, okay? Colon cancer, which is eating bad foods, which turn into cancers in our colon. And obesity or having extra fat on your body in all parts, arms, shoulders, legs. And that was a battle for me that I had for so long that I never thought I would ever get down to a waist, 32-inch waist. My waist was 54. And I between 50, 40, and 50 for probably 25 years. And my mother died of diabetes in 2001, and she was a small woman, but she was short. And for all my little 5'1" to 5'4" who weigh about 180 or 90, I warn you, death is coming. You don't gotta be a 400-pound person and die of death from complications of diabetes, but you can be a small person too, because the blood sugar and the blood pressure diseases are based on what we eat and the fat that we carry in our body and the lack of exercise. I'm gonna tell you a story today about my Uber driver that I had got picked up from. As I was going, one second, I had to drink some water because I'm making a video. So you gotta make sure your throat is nice and cool as we gotta talk. So if you hear me stop, I normally stop the video and come back after I take a little break. But as an Uber driver, and I've been an Uber driver since 2012, off and on, then I've been picked up and riding Uber since Uber was like founded, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, one of the biggest cities in the world. Not every city has Uber. So when it comes to Uber, you don't even get a chance to leave your town. If you can't spend money like 80 bucks to go 19 miles, or 40 bucks to go 19 miles, then you're not going to quote unquote be able to get around. So there's a lot of folks in the city, and a lot of folks in the country across the United States of America who have no jobs. They're trapped in the neighborhoods. I was too for a very long time, and I've had to borrow money, and I've had to. I am still trying to find a way. I mean, man, find a way to be able to um, get back on my feet so I can be able to get a job where I can be able to supply my own needs. But it's a process because the complications that I had of going into the hospital October of 2024 over all the hard work I was doing, going to the gym, swimming in the swimming pool, trying to fight at 5 o'clock in the morning, this obesity. But the root of it was while I was doing those things, I was eating a whole bunch of crap and checkers. I was eating a whole bunch of crap across the country. I was not, when I say country, I mean fast food country. And worst of all, Uber Eats. So I'm going to tell you some things, and I'm going to give you some opinions. I'm going to yell at myself because the enemy is going to want to make me go right back to where I was. And I think the best way I can fight this is I have to totally hate the spirit of gluttony. I have to hate food in the sense of I don't have to scarf down a full plate stacked too high of food. I can have one piece of chicken, one piece of not a small serving of green vegetables, a small serving of mixed vegetables, no dessert, no sugar water, aka sodas, and I can live. I can live. I can go to bed and I will live. I used to be a person that would go to bed full. I could not go to bed not full. So I would order something at 9 o'clock at night, eat it at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., go to bed full, and it turns right to fat. And I saw myself, but I ignored it, go from 220 to 270, back down to 240, back up to 270, and hover at 270 for about 15 years, from around basically 2007, which was my 270 time frame while I was in college at the University of Oklahoma, unable to get any relationships because I was obese. I hated my life. I had no job other than work study on campus, but I also had the ability to get gym. I had Houston Huffman gym, and I didn't use Houston Huffman. You, a lot of you out there the same way. You got the tools to make the right choices, but you choose not to make them, and because you don't make them, you're going to pay the consequence. So I learned a long time ago, responsibility starts with you first. It always starts with you. You can't blame nobody else for your situations, your problems. You have to face them and deal with them, and it's tough. It's very hard. It's very hard. I tell you, I'm learning more and more every day. So let's click on this and let's listen to what ChatGPT is talking about and what the answer is in the next questions that come along from it. All right, here we go. It's right now going to give me an answer in real time. It takes about maybe a minute for the computer to think, longer for the answer. It's searching for the data. It's doing all this by Python for anybody who is a computer guy and want to understand how this is done compared to the world of 2010, the world of 2000, the world of 1990, 1980, etc. So it's doing defining the word, creating me a graph with the data in real time, preparing the chart for different age groups, and now Python, a program that I'm studying how to learn, is going to configure this data for me and literally give me at the end a PDF copy or or Microsoft Word copy of the one little question you see at the very top in the box. Graph African American men and women between the ages of 12 and 55 of the, and I should have said of there, but I said of the. So again, it'll even take my bad grammar, reframe it, and put it into the right in a clear and simple language. So to look at this from Python, this is what Python's doing right now. So let's look at it real closely. Python's going to make all these things that's in the dark black section of the black page you see, and then it's going to go and give you information at the very bottom. It's going to import. It's going to make this is beautiful for those that learn Java or C or C++, any of the computer languages like foreign languages. I speak foreign languages. Well, if you're in computer, you speak the wonderful zeros and ones of computer binary language. It's a very much the same way. So it's going to make all this, and it does this within a minute. And look, and there's a chart. Look at the chart. And this is what I wanted to show you in real time. So this is the chart, and and we can actually click on this and download it. It says it's estimated prevalence by my people, African American, non-Hispanic, Black, and that means male and females. And it's available by NAHNS or the CDC. Now, the CDC comes from here in Atlanta. It's a Center of Disease Control that covers everything from Ebola to all kind of horrible diseases that we found in my beloved Africa, all the way to diabetes, hypertension, everything but for most of us, it's the simple things such as food. That's it. Food. Food is evil, and I'm going to show you why. So from 12 to 19, ages 12 to 19, we have a rate or percentage of obesity at 30%. 30%. That means kids that are 12 years old, getting ready to become teenagers, and they're getting ready to go into basketball, football, meeting their first, girlfriend, boyfriend, having their first kiss, going to the prom, graduating from high school, all the things I did, all the things that are phenomenal. The people, and my people, the majority of them, 30% is 100. So 30% means 70% are not. So that's good. 30% means 70% are not. And my point is, if you take a pie and you ask for, and a pie is 10 slices in that one pie, 100% of that pie is the full 10 slices. 3 slices of that pie is 30%. So for the mind, you realize, well, at least it's not 50% of the pie. At least it's not a whole 100% of the pie. But then let's look at when they reach 20. That's when they reach 20 and above. So now it hits at 20 to 39. It's at 56.9%. 56.9, which means that 50 or half of that pie, they are what we can call clinically obese. And the word obese, as I'll show you, is anybody who's 30 pounds or more overweight. Well, we have people 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And if you go on TLC, which is a horrible channel, but you go on TLC, they discuss this whole thing called my FAT life. I won't even use that word, but my overweight life. And they go find the people at the worst. I mean, it's amazing how the human body can be. But there are people that are 800 pounds, 600 pounds, 700 pounds, and they're sitting in the bed and they can't move and they can't do nothing. And then they are and the big part of it is that their family is causing this because the family, the mother, the father, the sister, the brothers are also overweight. They're just not as big as the guy that the video is about. And the interesting part that I saw was that the video, if anyone can actually think about their life, like the scriptures teach us, that you're on a video camera I mean, you have a video camera watching you 24 hours a day, recording everything. The Bible says the Lord is going to give us an account of our whole life, everything we've done, everything, good, bad, happy, sad, all that. But most of us forget that because we don't spend time in the scriptures to learn how He thinks. But the day is going to come where we're going to go, what the scripture says, we're going to go before the great white seat of judgment, and He's going to basically give an account of your life, 70, 80, hopefully 100 years, and you're gonna have to give an account for what you did. Da, 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 da. And for those that know God, they understand that because God transforms your spirit and He lets you know, oh man, I can't do certain things no more because I have been transformed, as we call born again from above. I have a new heart, a new spirit, but it's a process. And if I could have thought about, you know, and I was, and I've been in the ministry for a long time, but also been very obese for a long time. A lot of my friends are obese. Sorry if you hear any background noise. We have a person behind me is coughing. But I've been in ministry for a long time, and I've seen so many people. I mean, so many people, so many mothers, so many fathers, so many sisters, so many brothers deal with this one major thing, and we call it obesity. Obesity. And the sad part about it is that they can fix it. They can fix it, but it's hard because the spirit of gluttony, that's what the Bible calls it, the spirit of gluttony fights them to do it. Because we live in a time where it's instant gratification. We can have anything we want. We can have Uber Eats. We can have family come and placate us. And if you hear any background noise, I'm in a room with other people and they're playing things. So I'm just making sure that for the video you get all this. But my mic should be pretty hot so you can hear me very well. But you will hear background information. But the truth of the matter is, you are responsible for you. You have no other person to deal with the issues of your life but you. No one else can do it but you. No one else can do it but you. So, why does this hit hard? I'm going to stop the video because I got a call coming in, but I'll be right back and we'll continue with this outstanding video because this is something that I want to dedicate to my sisters, my brothers, to anybody that's overweight and obese because we need help. We need help. I'll be right back.